Hey guys, this is Justin with Live, Learn, Lead Sales Coaching, and a video for you today is going to be why it's important to have solid sales skills even if you're not in sales. So what we're going to talk about are three basic reasons why it would be important for you to learn how to sell in your day-to-day life, and some examples of why that would be important and how that can actually benefit you. So the first one is learning how to deal with rejection. A lot of times throughout your life, the best things that you're going after are going to be on the other side of fear and on the other side of rejection. A lot of times you're going to be going after something, maybe it's a job, maybe it's someone of the opposite sex, maybe it's a promotion, maybe whatever it is. Anything that you're going after, you're going to face rejection. And so that's a great thing about sales, is it teaches you how to handle rejection, but also persist in lieu of. So when someone tells you, no, you can't get that price on this car, you're not going to give up. You're just going to smile and say, okay, well, here's why I think I should get that. Or when you're in the negotiating room for a new job and they say, here's the salary we're offering. Everybody knows that the first salary that they give you at an offer is their lowest bet, and they usually have wiggle room. But that wiggle room is only there for the people that are willing to handle the rejection of possibly being told no, and also possibly being willing to say, actually, hey, I think I'm worth this, and this is why. What do you think? And to be able to handle the rebuttals and the objections and get out of their own mind, stay present in the moment, and relate to someone else why their idea is valid. Let alone dealing with hanging out with people like your friends and expanding your social network. Everybody knows that a good, strong social network is really key to being happy and to getting where you want in life. But if you're too afraid to talk to the person next to you on the street or the person in front of you in line, then you're not going to be getting a very strong and large social network, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of that. So that's really what's important about learning how to deal with rejection. Sales will teach you that, because as everybody knows, it usually takes talking to 9 or 10 prospects before you even get a deal. And all those people are telling you no. And you have to smile and grin and bear it and try to convince them. And a lot of times you're trying to convince them and they're still saying no, and you can't do anything about it. And that just is what it is. And you have to learn how to deal with that mentally. And for anybody who's watching this that's currently in sales, you know how hard that is. You know how hard it is to pick yourself back up and go after the next prospect when you just got kicked in the balls because you were told no 6 or 7 times right in a row. You know, a lot of times after that, sometimes you'll get 5 or 6 right in a row right after that say yes, but you're only going to see those if you have the wherewithal to push through the first 10 no's and rejections. And if you didn't, then you're just going to quit before you get to the gold. So that's really important that as an adult, you learn how to handle that rejection. And sales is the best way to do so. Second thing, and I'm mostly talking to the guys out there, but this could apply to girls too, it's the opposite sex. How many times have you seen an odd couple at a restaurant or while you're out or whatever, and you look over and you go, that girl is way out of that guy's league, right? Actually, probably the most common time you see this is like on Facebook. You're scrolling through your feed and you see somebody who you think's attractive, and you look at their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and you're like, ooh, how did they end up with so-and-so? Well, so-and-so is a closer. They're persistent. They don't worry about rejection, and they know how to frame their benefits of them as a positive significant other in a good light and not give up when they're told the first or second or 7th no. And they're able to do that without being insulting or creepy. That's very important. That's why it's important to have strong sales ability so that you don't come off weird or creepy or pushy, right? Because as we know, those things get no results. You've got to learn how to sell and close and persuade with grace and integrity. I'll tell you guys a quick story. I was actually a few years ago, someone not really strong with women, and there was a girl that I had liked for a really long time and hadn't seen her in a few years, and just by chance we were in Vegas together but this not together, but I guess at the same time. And I didn't know who she was dating or whatever. We were drunk and we ran into them on the strip. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And she introduced me to her boyfriend and whatever. And I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking slob. This guy, I'm way more attractive than this guy. I've got way more going on for me than this guy. I've got this. You know? I was so confused. Why is she with this guy? All right? Now, I'm glad that this happened the way it did, because then I wouldn't have found my wonderful fiance, Megan, who I'm with now. But I texted this girl after we split off with their group, and I said, that's your man? Like, that's who, you know, you could have been with me, and that's your man? Like, I was drunk, right? Don't blame me. And I had no game. So she responds back, and she's like, I can't even believe we're trying to have this discussion right now while you're drunk. And I tried to text her the next day, and she was just like, blew me off. I mean, she had every right to blow me off. I was being weird and creepy and pushy, right? All the things that if I would have been studying my sales ability earlier, I would have known how not to do that. And I wouldn't have been afraid maybe in the beginning to ask her out. And maybe things would have been different. And I'm glad they ended up the way they didn't, but it taught me a very valuable lesson about why it's important to have solid sales skills so that you can handle objections, so that you can handle rejection, especially with the opposite sex, and you can go after the partner that you really want. You don't have to settle. Nobody likes to settle. And if you're a guy, it's great to jump that league and close on a girl who's way out of your league, right? I know from experience. So the third thing, and I know he's got a lot of flack lately, and you either love him or hate him, but the third thing I got to tell you guys is Donald Trump. He has the most important job in the entire country, and he got that job by being a closer. He got that job by knowing how to sell, by knowing how to listen to his audience and figure out what's important to them, and then leverage that into getting voted into office in the highest position in our country. You tell me what's more important. Staying in your comfort zone and being comfortable and not being weird or looked at weird, or not having to practice, or not having to maybe sign up with a coach or whatever and learn how to sell better, or have the top job in the whole country, right? Or have the top job in your industry, or be the top paid rep at your store or at your organization or wherever you are. What's more important to you? What's more important to you, looking cool or having resources? Because to Donald Trump, it's having resources. He sure as shit don't look fucking cool, right? He doesn't care because he's speaking to his audience, and he's using sales skills that he's developed over a lifetime of negotiating deals, and he closed an entire country on his ideas and the way that he wanted to take the place. And, you know, political affiliations aside, that is impressive. He absolutely killed it. You know, he outsold Hillary Clinton. Now, whatever you want to say about all the different things that are going on with him right now, whatever, he still sold the country and still got his way. And really, that's what sales and being good at sales is all about. Listening to your prospect, finding out what's important to them, and then solving their problem, and using your product or service to do so, and explaining that to them in such a way that it makes sense. And they like you, and they want to do business with you, and they want to refer their friends to you. You know, Donald Trump had an uphill battle the whole way to convince that he was the solution. Now, whether you agree that he's a solution or not, that doesn't matter, because he convinced enough Americans that he was. And just like in sales, you're not going to convince everybody. Not everybody's the right fit for your product. But if you have superior sales skills and you know what you're doing, and you can help someone overcome their fears and their boundaries and their limiting buying beliefs, if you have those skills, then you can get whatever you want. All you have to do is be willing to learn, practice, rehearse, and then actually take action and get in front of people and present your ideas. And that's it. So there's many more benefits, but these are the three most important, I think. Number one is rejection, learning how to deal with rejection, and understanding that it's not you being rejected, it's your offer, and not taking it personally, learning how to deal with that. That takes practice, and that sales is one of the only places that you can get that practice. Number 2 is getting the man or woman of your dreams and not having to settle for the rest of your life and wonder what if. What if I had better skills, or what if I would have went after that person that I really, really liked. You don't have to wonder what if. You know. And 3, job security and getting the job that you want, getting the promotion that you want. As I said before, Donald Trump used his superior sales skills to close America on giving him the highest seat in the country, the best pay, not the best paid job, but the best and most important job any man can have. The leader of the free world. He sold America on doing that, and only because he's a quality salesperson. So, if you're looking to improve your sales skills, if you're looking to get better at these types of things, and this is stuff that you feel like you might be lacking in, then click the link below and apply for a free strategy session with me, and let's see what areas I might be able to help you improve. Thanks for watching. This is Justin with Live, Learn, Lead.